Well, hey there, wonderful world of YouTube. Welcome to another video. Today we tackle phase 2 of my door repair. I know you're as excited as I am. So without further ado, Alright, we have all the tools set aside. So we're going to take these tools and bring them back over the door and start up the repair process. Everything left in a nice little pile here, from our disgusting box pile to our materials pile to the vacuum cleaner. I don't know why I had to tell you what all these things were, but it doesn't matter. I feel like I'm on a home improvement show. Alright, open this door up a little bit here and we'll see where we kind of left this off. Yeah, it's dry alright. And it is actually relatively smooth. We just got to do a little sanding on the edge to feather it out, and we should be all set. So I'm going to use a fine grit sandpaper this time. I don't need to use a coarse sandpaper because it's relatively smooth to touch right now. So I don't need to dig into it with a coarse sandpaper. So what I did was put that cardboard box down below to capture as much dust as I possibly can. You know, why not keep it clean if possible? So I take the sandpaper and just kind of fold it a little bit here and work my way around the edges, feathering it out to make it smooth and to make it blend in with the surrounding areas. And after scrubbing a little bit, you may notice that the sandpaper is not doing its job well. So that's because it's kind of worn all the grit off. So when that happens, flip her over and start again. So the entire process took about 5 minutes to do, to make sure the edges were sanded smooth with the surface of the door. So there's no significant bumps or pitting. It's a nice job. Well, it doesn't look the best, but that's going to be changed soon. What we're about right now is the smoothness, the transition between the door and the patch, basically. Nice and smooth. You're not feeling any significant bumps or edges. Alright, next step is preparing the paint. Alright, my bag of goodies. Picked up this combo kit, which is a roller and a pan combined in one. A can of this Rust-Oleum satin finish exterior paint. Alright, before we start painting, I'm going to have to remove the hardware, which is going to include that doorknob, the lock, and Mr. Peephole. All you need to take off that peephole is a screwdriver, flathead screwdriver. Now, in my situation, this flathead screwdriver is a little shy of fitting in the notches inside that peephole. You can see the notches right there. So with that being the case, I'm not going to use the screwdriver this time. That's where Mr. Pliers come in. Just be super duper careful when you do this because you do not want to scrape the inside of your door. So a nice bite, and then you're able to slowly turn the peephole. Right after a few turns of the pliers, it should be capable of unscrewing my fingertip. And almost there. We're out. Where the screwdriver comes back into play here. You may have to stick it in that hole there a little and force the other side of the peephole out. Alright, so here's the screwdriver. Tap, tap, tap. Very lightly, don't need a lot of force. And out comes the peephole. Ta-da! I'm going to fast forward through this whole process of taking the keypad and the doorknob off, and we'll meet you on the other side with the paint. All hardware has been removed from the door, peephole, keypad, and doorknob. So now it's time to dust down the door, because you don't want to put a fresh coat of paint on a dusty door. In order to do so, just grab yourself a wet rag and dust away. And I'm going to use 100% paper cloth. The reason I'm using 100% paper cloth is because that's what I want to use. All right, we'll take the cloth and we'll just start wiping away here. And we'll continue to do so over the rest of the surface of the door. Just do it enough so it gets the majority of the debris, the dust, off the surface of the door. If there's a few things here or there, it's not that big of a deal. It's not like you're trying to resurface and repair a door at the Pentagon. Isn't that right? That's 100% accurate. All right, here we go with the painting process. This door is going to look brand spanking new. Load it up nice and lightly. And hey, why don't we start on the problem area to begin with? Oh, nice smooth strokes.
That's sexy right there.
Oh my gosh, the paint or me?
Both.
Rawr. Look at that. And I guess we could stop right there and just call it a day, but you know what? I'm feeling rambunctious. I think I'm going to complete the rest of the door. All right, continue painting, give it a nice smooth coating here. Let's take a stand back and kind of see a before and after of the door. Definitely see where it was faded and disgusting. How much better the gloss is starting to look. And that will dry to a satin finish. All right, that looks to be a done deal for now. We'll just let that dry. Not too shabby looking at all. I think it's going to be marvelous. Marvelous. All right, we're going to let the paint dry for a few hours here before we put the hardware back on. It's a good idea to let the paint dry at least 1 to 2 hours, up to 12 months. But if you're waiting 12 months to put hardware back on, you're insane. So we're going to do it in about an hour or two. All right, thanks so much for joining me. And you know what? We're done.